So I had already recorded a couple videos and did not sanitize my area because I normally don't record from the place that I was recording. So there are some things that I cannot show in the video. So I can't post it publicly. And it's not like dirty laundry or anything. I actually don't care about dirty laundry. I don't care. You can judge me, whatever. I don't care. No, it's things pertaining to my kids. So I cannot show it because of that reason. I was just like, ugh. And so I was holding my phone above as I was scrolling earlier, which is normally what I do when I cannot sleep. And then I will start and then I was like, oh, I'm going to look at my videos because, sometimes I actually go back and look at the videos and be like, oh, okay, at this minute, blah, 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 and everything. Oh, okay. I thought that was a spider. Oh my God. I'm looking at the ceiling oh no, that's the one that I smushed or forever ago. But anyway. Where was I? I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah. So I'm looking at it and then I realized oh no. And then I thought I would do a video and be like, oh no, I couldn't record this or whatever. And you're like, oh, have you ever done that where you made a mistake, blah, blah. And I thought I would do a quick thing about that. But then I realized as I queued this up before recording, I'm like, I never record from above. I never record from this angle. And I think it's because in the past, I absolutely hated how I looked from this angle, from above, because I would think that I would look gross and the lighting looks weird. So I mean, the bags under my eyes look even worse than they already are. And from a certain angle, it looks like, I have the extra chin. And I mean, you gain stuff over time anyway. You kind of expand a little. And if you're dealing with some weight issues like I have been recently, past few years, yeah, that definitely, it adds to it. So yeah, I realized that I haven't really recorded from certain angles because in the past I was like, oh no, I look gross. Oh no, I'm why? Why am I thinking that? Why am I so determined to think that I look gross from whatever angle? What happened to the whole positivity thing that I had about my body? What? And then I remember, there are going to be days when I do not like how I look. There are going to be days where I do not like, the way something looks in a photo or whatever. I'm like, nah, I don't like that. Also from this angle, if I turn my head just so, yes, you can see the big nose, but you can also see yes, this is rounded, but then it has a sharp indent right here before it comes into here. It's like a cartoon villain. Oh my gosh. It's like a I just thought that was so funny. And okay, now this is hurting my arm. Okay. All right. Ow. Here, I'll do this from below now. Does it look menacing? Do I look menacing at all? I think that'd be kind of cool if I could look menacing. Especially with this big nose of mine. Right? Oh. If only are smart enough to figure out how to deliver the punchline. I laugh at my own jokes before I can even tell them, okay? I would make a horrible comedian, but I'm if only I had the wherewithal to space things out appropriately and just deliver. I'd just be so, because then I would so use this big nose in all my comedy sketches. I totally would. I would use this. I would use I don't know what else I'd use. I have small feet. I don't have big feet. the whole big nose, big feet thing and big other stuff, but nope, not me. Huge schnauzer right here, but very tiny feet. Super tiny feet. I know it doesn't look tiny up close, okay? but like super, super tiny feet. Like I'm a 7.5 wide in women, US size. And it has to be wide because that's just how it is. But for the longest time, I was like a size 6.5, maybe. Still wide, because for tiny feet, they're still wide. But yeah, I have tiny feet. Like, my oldest child's feet is longer than mine now, and he's 11. Yeah. So big nose, small feet. Yeah. It's like, yes, I have a big nose. What else is big? Not my feet. That's for damn sure. Not these tiny ass little things. They're tiny ass little things that could fit certain shoes if they weren't wide. Like okay, not dainty, but still. Maybe that's why I'm always tripping over myself. Like, I'm already uncoordinated. Like, except for when I did capoeira, because I seem to, like, be coordinated whenever I did that. But when I'm just doing anything, I'm so uncoordinated. I wonder if it's because I have such small feet in proportion to my body. I'm not that big, okay? Like, vertically, I'm not that big. Horizontally, that's a different story. So, like, all this extra girth here, and I got tiny ass feet. Maybe that's why I'm always tripping over myself. That could be it. Or it could just be something else. That's the problem with me, like, doing it from, like, a below or whatever. Because I'm... Anyway. I just thought it was interesting. All the different angles that, I'd be like, oh no, I look gross. I can't do it. You know what? Fuck that. Whatever. It's like the middle of the night. It's more than the middle of the night. It's like past midnight. I really should be sleeping. I really should be. I should have gotten I only put mascara on today. Only mascara. Nothing else. Like, I washed my face and put like the hydrating gel on, but that's it. But okay, I say today, but really I mean yesterday, because now it's like the next day technically. But yesterday, on Friday, so you know when I'm actually recording this, Friday, the 6th of June, there was a work lunch. I'm gonna switch hands because, oh my gosh. Okay. So there was like a work lunch, and because the boys are now on summer vacation, like I took them or whatever, because they were going to go stark raving mad if they stayed in the house anymore. So I was like, okay, fine. But yeah, so I was like, okay, I'll do something nice. I'll put mascara on. Look, I made myself pretty for you guys. Cool. So I mean, they're coworkers. I'm not like super close to anyone. But yeah, so I put mascara on. There you go. That's the extent of my makeup. And then I did not take it off last night because I was doing the videos, and then I was like, oh, I'm going to take it off. But then no, I got to scrolling, and then I got distracted, and then I saw the videos and like, I can't use these. And now here we are. I should be sleeping. I cannot sleep. Like, part of me is tired, but another part is just like, I can't, like, do I waste time trying to toss and turn and hopefully get to something that resembles comfort? Or do I just like stay up until I finally am like, oh, I should probably sleep. My body is exhausted now. At least it's the weekend, so I don't have to like wake up by a certain time for work or anything. So that's nice. That's nice. But yeah. Could try talking about something else, but that means I have to move, because there were some items that I was showing in the other videos I'm sitting comfortably. As comfortable as I can. It's not like a full cross-legged. I can't do that anymore because of my bad knee. But I don't want to move. So yeah. Stuff. My mind completely blanked. I'm like, what am I going to talk about now that I started this? I don't know. Midnight ramblings yet again. Yeah, a lot of stuff has been going on in the news. Certain folks are fighting. I brought snacks. I haven't been on social media too much in the last few days because I have been going through some emotions quite a bit from the beginning of the week. Oh, look at this. Goodness gracious. Yeah, so I did notice some things because I went online briefly here or there to check some things. There was a couple posts that I reposted because I thought they were important. But yeah, no, there are certain people fighting. There's a certain boat that's on its way somewhere, and I really hope they make it and they make it out alive. And I really hope that things go their way. Like, please, of all things, universe, of all things that you can make go right, like make something go well. Please let it be this. Please let it be, other things that are very much deserving of miracles. Yeah, that's an extent of current events. I had to be very careful about my wording. There are certain topics I can't even discuss on here that are related to the medical field because of the kind of job I have and because I can't express my opinion on that. And then within my state's government, there are some folks that they're very supportive of the certain person in charge now. So I have to be careful with that too. It's like I still speak out when I can on threads, and I still like repost and boost, other voices and stuff. And don't let the yawns fool you. I yawn a lot in all the videos, but I'm still not going to be able to sleep. It doesn't matter how tired I seem. I will not be able to sleep. And I'm indecisive too because, like, could I do a project? I could do a project, but will I get tired doing that project, or is it going to just be me up until like 6, 7 a.m. and then my kids are waking up? I'm like, oh, you got up before us. Nope, I didn't get up because I never went down. I never lay down. I never actually slept. So I didn't actually wake up. And that's happened a couple times in the past where they're just like, okay, well, you're weird. My 11-year-old deals with insomnia too, though. So sometimes he and I are like, it's almost like we're competing. Not really, like we're not purposefully competing. But there are times when it feels like we're competing on who can do what for however long as far as insomnia is concerned. Mostly he's just gaming. But me, I'm like writing or watching movies or reading. I haven't touched my cosplay project in a while. I probably should. I don't want to do it tonight though, because it means I have to get up. I don't want to get up right now. I just want to stay here. I can say one of the things though, that was in one of the videos, but that it was towards the very end. But because of where I was pointing the camera, you could see stuff that I should not post. But I was mentioning in one of my other videos how my hair, you can definitely see a lot more of the silver and the white and stuff. I was really happy about that. I was like super excited because I love contrasting colors. And so I was super excited to show that. I was like, look at that. I got more silver and white. More silver and white coming in. Like, I am the kind of person that would absolutely love a head full of like white hair because I'm the kind of person that like I want to dye my hair like colors, but if I wanted to fully do it, because I have like medium to slightly dark brown, like it's not like super dark, but like I would have to like bleach my hair before that. I really don't want to, because that's an extra step. I don't want to do it. Like, I just want to dye my hair and have the hair be that color. Like, just, that would be awesome. That would be awesome. But no. So I'd have to kind of wait, I guess, if I want to do something like that. But in the meantime, I don't want to dye my hair because I like all of this contrast. It's like really fun. I've actually had someone in real life ask me if I got this, like these like white and silver highlights done. And I'm like, do people do that? Do they like highlight with like silver or white? Like I've heard of blonde highlights. Silver? White? Like what? No, this is natural. This is my dad's hair it was jet black, and he started getting like some silver hairs in his mid-20s. When I was born, my dad was 30 years old. So, like 30 years, 3 months and 1 week. So 30 years, 3 months, 1 week older than me. So, so by the time and you don't see much of that in a lot of the older photos because, well, the lighting and stuff. And also because my dad started dyeing his hair back then, even in the 80s and 90s, because he had a lot of silver and white come in. And mostly gray, like silver and gray. But I have a lot of strawberry blonde and blonde highlights from my mom's side of the family, which typically has medium to light brown or sometimes very dark. It depends. And then, or super blonde. I'm not talking I'm talking like white blonde. Sorry, I'm like wearing my necklace and the like clasp was like digging in this area. So, but yeah, so my mom definitely had a lot of like red and blonde and stuff, and she had like light to medium brown hair. But yeah, so I got the darker because my dad's hair. My sister got hair very like my mom's color, but a lot more red in hers. But yeah, so I have a lot of highlights. You just don't see it because it's blended in so well. But under a certain light, you could see the blonde and strawberry blonde. But now all of that is turning into like silver. You see that? And white. And it contrasts really well with like the dark hair. At least in my opinion, it does. But it's just the fact that someone asked me if I had actually gotten that done, like highlighted. I'm like, no. Like, sorry, excuse me. People asked that in the past when they saw like certain lighting, they would see the strawberry or strawberry blonde, like highlights, and they're just like, "Whoa, where'd you get that done?" I'm like, I didn't. It's genetics. My youngest sister actually did get like practically white blonde highlights, which I thought was really interesting because her hair was already super light. I'm like, what? Why? To this day, I don't know. She just thought that, she would like it, and but for me, I'm just like, yeah. Anyway, that was part of the video. I was like showing off like how many more blonde, like blondish, like strawberry blonde highlights have turned into like silver and white, and how much it's contrasting in my hair. And I'm really, really liking it. Like, I haven't dyed my hair in like 2 years. Like, I am excited by this. Like I'm really excited by it. Okay, so I turned 39 last month. Like 39 is actually not that old. It's really, I mean, you look at the lifespan of people now, it's really not that old. Okay. It's like pretty young. Even my dad at 69, that's pretty decent. I mean, if you're talking like 90 something, close to 100, yeah, that I would say that was old. I would say that's old. 100 or more, that's old. Like that's like for a current lifespan, yeah. But I'm not even 40. Like, come on. Like a lot of people think I'm younger than I am. I honestly don't know why. But just like the highlights and stuff, that is something that I found exciting. So I'm just like, I did get some silver hairs in my mid-20s too, but it kind of put a little bit of a stopper to it. My hair's been mostly just dark, but now it's starting to like really come in. Really. I'm kind of enjoying it. I'm going to be that weird, like, older lady when I get much older. My hair is much more like silver and white and stuff. And I'm going to be so excited. Like, I feel like it would contrast really well with my blue eyes. I feel like it would. I would be excited by that. Um, that I don't know, maybe that's just me. I've been told, like, I did cosplay before where I dyed my hair black. And my hair took to it really well. Probably because of all the highlights. But people told me like I looked really good with like black hair and then like I put a little bit of, like stuff on my eyebrows, which believe it or not, I didn't do anything with my eyebrows today. So the lights, I think it's the lighting because it's directly on me and not to the side when I'm like over there normally on my bed. But yeah, it looks like it's more red than anything now. Right now. Like I just noticed that. I'm like, whoa. It looks a lot more red. And I don't know how I feel about that. Like the actual color of my eyebrows are supposed to be like darkish brown, but they look reddish right now. So I don't know. It's interesting. But so that was a good aspect of the other video, was me talking about the hair and the highlights and being all like, "Ooh, I'm excited." So I guess I could share that in my midnight ramblings. Well, it's not technically midnight. It's technically like like past 1 a.m. kind of thing. Like, let me check. Yeah. It's like almost 1:30 a.m. in the morning. Thank goodness it's a weekend, and thank goodness I've literally nothing to do this weekend. Like literally, aside from like chores I should do, like laundry and dishes, but like those are the two things I'm just like, oh, okay. If I can't, okay, I have to get out of the crisscrossing of my legs because my knee is really hurting. Um, but yeah, if I can do it, I'll do some laundry during the week just because, then I will get it out of the way. So I don't have as much to do on the weekend, especially if I have a busy weekend coming up. Like I have plans to take the boys somewhere or something. But nothing this weekend. Nothing this weekend. So I can sleep in. And because my kids are a bit more self-sufficient with feeding themselves, like they don't need me as much. They know how to use the microwave for a variety of foods that they can, cook up or whatever. They know the times, and for some certain things I've listed times. Um so yeah. Or my 11-year-old will get like a Chef Boyardee can and he'll just eat it out of the can. Like he doesn't even have to like heat it up. He'll just get like a fork or something or a spoon and he'll just be like, all right, I'm good. I'm like, okay. At least I know he'll know how to survive in the future. At least I know he'll know how to like open a can and, you know, feed himself, live. So I'm like, okay, we got some of the basics down. Maybe I can teach him some other things in the future. But yeah, so I don't have to like get up by a certain hour to like cook breakfast or anything for my kids. If it's a certain meal that I'm cooking, yeah, I'll prep or whatever. Um, but otherwise, or like certain foods, Sorry, certain foods that they may need a little bit of help prepping or whatever before they microwave or something like that. Then why do I keep doing that? I don't know. I don't like putting my hair behind my ears, but I also don't like it in my face. I feel like I'm just going to keep doing this. I want to get more and more frustrated, but I don't want to change what I'm already doing. Anyway, yeah. So it's like most of the time, unless it's something specific that I am like prepping them or showing them how to prep or they need help prepping, they usually will go and feed themselves and do their own thing. Which is good. Like, I want them to be more self-sufficient and independent. I want them to go do those things because then they know how to do the things and I don't have to do it for them. Like, that's something that I've been trying to get them to do for years. It's really hard when you're a single parent and you don't have much time, and you've also been dealing with a lot of physical disabilities, not just like mental health issues and stuff, but like actual physical disabilities. So only recently have I been able to like actually do more. Because I don't have a frozen shoulder anymore. So, I can do a little bit more. That's the other thing I want to talk about. So I had to answer a thing for physical therapy, and I have to do this survey thing like every 2 weeks for progress. But they asked are you left-handed or right-handed? I'm like, ugh. Like, I'm ambidextrous. I actually I put right-handed just because that's the one that I write with more, but and my handwriting isn't as neat with my left hand, but that's only because at the time that I started writing with my left hand, but I was forced to start writing with my right hand. And so that started when I was 6 years old. So from 6 years old to teenagehood, so for the longest time, I only wrote with my right hand. So of course I got better with my handwriting with writing only with my right hand, but I still did almost everything with my left hand. So I started as a lefty and I did almost everything with my left hand. So even if I wasn't writing with my left hand, typically people say you're playing baseball or whatever and you're throwing the ball to someone, I would catch with my left. That instinctually, I will use my left first. Instinctually, I would catch something with my left, or I would start with my left foot, or, I would instinctually do the left side. And even that made my mom mad. So, for a time, I even had to try to train myself to react on the right side instead of the left side, which was very hard. So I was wired for the left side, and I was forced to kind of do it for the right side. So even though I don't write as prettily, with my left side, I'm ambidextrous. And so I was frustrated for a moment, should I put left-handed or right-handed? And so I just put the one that I happen to write more with, which is my right hand. But naturally I started with my left, and naturally I still kind of pick things up and do things with my left first. If I were to try to open a jar, I would try doing it with my left hand first, versus my right hand. I would be holding it with my right hand and I'd be trying to twist it over, the lid open with my left hand. And that's usually what I do with bottles and stuff, a Coke bottle or whatever, so almost everything I will start with my left hand, or I'll hold something with my right hand. Now, I couldn't do that as much with my injured shoulder before. So a lot of times I would have to hold it kind of in the crook of the arm or whatever. But yeah, I had just this moment of angst. Which should I answer, left-handed or right-handed? And so I did right-handed. But then when they were entering the information, because they noticed in physical therapy, they noticed that I do even though, yes, they have to work on my right arm, my right shoulder, because that's the one that was injured. They noticed the way that I moved things or did things or carried things with my left hand very deftly. And I don't have as much finesse with, so the other thing too, I was forced to learn how to cut things with a knife with my right hand, not my left, from an early age. So I'm relearning how to use my left hand when it comes to cutting with like a knife. Um, and it's a little hit or miss, and hopefully I don't actually hurt myself. Um, but yeah, it's because of that, like I haven't had as much practice with my left hand with certain skills, but otherwise, my left arm has actually always been stronger than my right arm, even before the injury in the Navy. And it's because I typically would do more with my left arm. I would naturally just want to do things from my left side. So I had that conversation with my physical therapist because I was like, I answered right-handed. Um, but yeah, I was originally a lefty. Now I am ambidextrous. Like I can use both with almost everything. Now again, the writing doesn't look as pretty on my left side, but I can write legibly. You can read it. It just doesn't look as pretty or flowy as my right side because I also learned like the whole cursive and everything else. And then with the cutting with the knife thing. So it's hard. Like I have a lot more strength on my left side, so I would hold things better with my left side while I cut carefully with my right. So now I'm trying to I have the mobility back on my right side, but the strength is not there. So when they're measuring strength for me, from the first time that they ever met me to now, yes, I've gained some strength. Mobility looking really good. Strength, I have gained strength, but it's still a little, it's not all there. But yeah, when they compare between the left and the right, I was like, my left has always been stronger. I've always used my left more for things than my right. Typically, um, picking things up, moving things like that, I would always start with my left hand versus my right hand, reaching out usually with my left hand. So when I did injure my right shoulder, it very naturally went back to my left-handedness. So that's something that they noticed, and so they were talking to me about that when I did that survey. So I thought that was interesting, is that um I I would say, like I'm left-handed, right-handed, whatever, like I'm ambidextrous. I started as a lefty and then I became a righty. No, I'm just ambidextrous. I can use both for a variety of things. Um, but typically, I naturally will reach for or do something with my left first. And driving, I drive with my left hand more than both hands, and like just my left hand. So, and I'm very comfortable with that. I'm very comfortable with just my left hand driving, um, even on the freeway. Like it's because it's natural to me. So yes, I'm ambidextrous for a variety of things, but left. I was born a lefty. So, um, it was just a very interesting conversation that I had with my physical therapist because they notice these kinds of things. And so they're just like, they know, like one time I think they used an example of when they were handing me something and, instinctually I went with my left hand and they were like, no, I need you to reach out with the one that was injured. I'm like, oh, okay. Um, because like they were just like handing something to me and I just immediately like with the left. And it's not just because this has been injured for so long, but that's because that's always what I've done is my left first. So I thought it's a very interesting conversation. I mean, I was doing reps of something while I was talking to them because I needed to get that done. But yeah, I thought that was very interesting. And kind of how like I guess it's not so much that I'm reclaiming my left side as I've actually always been using my left side, maybe just not as openly around my mom when I was younger. And then it may not seem like it around other people because a lot of times people will think that the one you write with is your dominant hand. Not necessarily. Even before this injury, my right was not very dominant in a lot of things. Almost every single time, instinctually, I would pick something up, reach for something. Everything started with my left, even my left foot. foot first. Now, because of my knee injury, I have taken to using my right for an anchor. And that's just because it's compensating for the injury. But yeah, I find it interesting and fascinating even that people are like, whatever you write with is your dominant hand. But technically, my dominant hand, the one that does everything, which includes like writing, it doesn't look as pretty as my right side, but it's mostly my left. So I consider my left more dominant than my right, even though I can write neater with my right side. Yeah, I consider myself more left-handed than anything, but overall I'm ambidextrous. So I just thought that's a very interesting conversation to have with physical therapists. Like, that's not at all why I'm there, but why I'm there. But yeah. Anyway, that was a very long drawn out thing, me talking, but then again, I can't sleep and I'm rambling. So yeah. Anyway, I'm going to get some more chapstick. And I'm really trying to do better. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't. It's that noise. Oh my gosh. You know what I should do? I should totally see how much it costs to get like the program to mix and make music. I should do some of my own ASMR and use that in my track. I just like that popping sound so much. Like, I think that would make a great background noise. Like a techno beat kind of thing. Yeah. I think that would be fun. I think that would be a lot of fun. Oops. Okay. I almost kicked something. That would not have been good. Because that would have considered be a loud crash if it did. It's my art supplies. I have it not at the base of my bed, but I don't know why I put it there. I'm just now noticing, but I almost kicked it. That would not have been good. That would have been like a loud, because that's a lot of markers and colored pencils. Yeah. I really should go to sleep. I mean, I can't sleep, but maybe I should try. Did I take any Benadryl? No, I didn't actually. I probably should have. Now that I think about it. Oh yeah, my laptop's still on. I gotta turn that off too. Gotta try to be nice to my laptop and not leave it on too long. That would also be bad. You know what I've recently been watching? I've been watching, oh gosh, what is it called? I haven't finished. I'm like the last 2 episodes from finishing it, but it's, oh, Dear Hongrang. It's like this K-drama on Netflix, which, I'm not gonna give too many spoilers or anything, but there's a character in there that from the very beginning, you first think that he is so sweet and, oh, that guy needs to catch a break, this poor guy. And very quickly, as soon as he feels his position with someone is threatened, he becomes a very abusive person. I'm just like, how quickly certain men can be to turn on others, because they're like, no, you're mine, or no, you belong to me, or I don't need your consent to do this shit. Like, what? Excuse me? So yeah, that was, I don't know. Maybe it's because of my personal experience, or maybe it's because I've watched way too many dramas. I've read way too many books. But the seemingly innocent one in the beginning is almost never an actual innocent person. And they end up being a horrible, awful person. Like, I immediately did not trust him because he seemed so sweet. Like, yeah, based on the character, like, the way he's acting in the beginning, you would think, like, oh, this poor guy, like, he needs to catch a break. Like, aw. But there was an aspect of him that I was just like, why do I feel like he's going to be a bad guy? Why do I feel like he's going to be a bad guy? Why? Why? And yeah, no. He's like not the ultimate bad guy, but he's an asshole. He is an awful, abusive asshole. And I'm just like, she told him off though. I was very proud of her. Like the main female lead, like the character. I shouldn't say lead, like the main female character. Yeah, no, she really told him off because he was just like, you know, why can't you see that I love you? And she's just like, that's what you call love? Like, this is a possession, because he really was like, I will possess you. You will belong to me. Like, you can't be with this other person. Saying all the messed up things. Okay, oh my gosh. Anyway. I keep doing the same thing. I should change it, but I don't. Anyway, yeah, so I need to finish that. So maybe I'll do that before trying to sleep. I'll finish like the last episode. Like I'm like halfway through the second to last. So the last episode and a half I should probably finish, and then yeah. Okay, I will go. I promise. I'll actually post this because I'm not actually showing anything that I shouldn't. And also because I'm bored and I just don't want to do some of the things that I could be doing, and I don't want to move. It's not much of movement to get to my laptop though, because it's like right there. Like, it's not very far because I'm literally on my bed and it's just one side to that. But the other thing that I could be working on means I have to actually go across the room, and I don't want to go across the room. This one's easier to like reach across to instead of across the room. Okay. It's logical to me, okay? It's how much effort do I want to expend right here? Like how much do I really want to expend? Yeah. So, okay. I hope you are able to like get to sleep if you're not awake and watching this, but like, or by the time you see this, that you got a good night's sleep. I don't know. Or day sleep. Maybe you work nights. I don't know. I don't know what you're doing or where you are if you're viewing this, but okay. All right. Bye.